All right, so today I'm going to be presenting the importance of spices, maize, and meat in regional Mexican cuisine. I am Oscar Frias, and I'm going to be presenting today. So, what is northern Mexico? Northern Mexico is the part of Mexico that borders the U.S. and extends about until the center of Mexico. Um, because it borders the U.S., this has led to a lot of large influence by the Americas culturally, but mostly the food has stayed the same. If you go to the northern part of Mexico, you can see a lot of large influence by the Americas. A lot of people will speak English, which is kind of surprising since it's Mexico and they primarily speak Spanish. But a lot of people will speak English, of course, with an accent, but they'll still speak English semi fluently. And I think that also affects. I don't think that affects the food as much though. All right, so where does this spices, meat, and maize come from? So mainly the maize comes from Mayan Indians, which were hunters and gatherers. They primarily grew corns and beans and largely ate what they caught and grew. One of the most popular meals was a corn tortilla with beans on it, which, and the corn tortilla is just made from mashed up corn, water, flour, or some kind of flour for maize, and the beans is just mashed up beans and water. And from the Aztecs, they inherited chili peppers, honey, salt, and chocolate, and the domestication of animals. Many people today still use the ingredients that the Aztecs use and eat the domesticated animals that the Aztecs also have. A lot of domestic animals were like sheep, chivas, which is what is it? It's rams in English, and a lot of the chili peppers and chocolate and salt are primarily used in a lot of meals to add flavor to the Mexican dishes. Primarily chili peppers. I don't think chocolate is much. There's one notable dish known as mole that uses a lot of chocolate, but we'll talk about that later. All right, so where does it come from? Continued. Another large influence in the food of Mexican culture, especially in northern Mexican culture, is the Spanish arrival in Mexico. They brought new livestock such as sheep, pigs, and cows, bringing a whole new flavor and allowing the Aztecs and Mayans to kind of innovate with their food, I guess. And this largely, obviously, influenced their food and culture as the Spanish did colonize what is now modern Mexico. So this brought new livestock such as pigs, sheep, and cows, dairy products, garlic, and many different herbs, wheat, and spices, new cooking methods such as baking and grilling. Oh yeah, the Mayans didn't really have many, like, I guess any ovens or any large machinery for cooking, as they really hadn't gone too far into I guess cooking technology, and that led to them really only having like small metal plates to really cook on, which is talked about in the next slide. All right, so methods of cooking for the Mayas and Aztecs, and for, I guess, current modern Mexico in general today. So a lot of what they used was open fire. Was they used cast iron skillets, which I assume are now today called comales, which are mostly used to cook the kind of like flat bread, which consists of tortillas, gorditas, sopes, and stuff like that. They fried a lot of their food using a lot of oils from the corn and steaming, where they put essentially a large, I guess, body of water under a food, heated it, and they steamed their food, wrapping it in corn leaves or any other large leaves that they had. Oh, one very important, I guess, tool for cooking is a metate, which is shown on the right here. And essentially, it's a bowl made out of lava rock and another smaller rock, which is used to crush peppers, vegetables, things like that, and it's usually made to make salsas. All right, sorry. The culture of food in Mexico. Many of the people in Mexico see food as a way to keep traditions, celebrations, and nationality alive. During Lent, Mexicans will actually give up eating the red meat to commemorate that Jesus did not eat for 40 days during the same time. I guess this is a large connection between their religious and food culture, and I think it really kind of speaks levels into Mexican culture as a whole because it really shows how important food is to them. And also another thing that shows their cult. Oh my God, their connection between culture and food is that food is placed on ofrendas for the Day of the Dead. Yeah, for the dead on the Day of the Dead, and this is essentially to kind of allow the dead people to kind of have a taste of their favorite food. Usually, their favorite food is placed on it. Many foods, as you can see right here, there's a lot of bananas, a lot of cooked goods. There's mole, there's bread, really everything, and they really place food to kind of, I guess, kind of make the dead happy and let them taste their food again. So, foods consisting of maize and meat. Many of the dishes are enchiladas, tacos, tamales, mole, tortas, elote, pozole, menudo, y caldos. And a lot of the tacos are clearly seen on the right, right here on the lower right corner, you can see that this is kind of enchiladas mixed with mole, and the mole is essentially kind of vegetables and chocolate mixed together. It sounds a little like kind of nasty because it's like chocolate and vegetables, but it's actually pretty good. It's like a little sweet, a little like tangy, and it's pretty alright. What you can see right there on the very bottom on the left is menudo, and that's made from cow intestines. It sounds a little nasty too, but honestly, it's pretty good. It's very soft. The meat is very tender as it's made from intestines. And this is a lot of the food that is just made from foods consisting of maize and meat and introduction from the